Claudia Webbe.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. It's a pleasure to be able to participate in this backbench, in this debate. One of my priorities when I was elected to represent my home city of Leicester was to fight for clean energy and climate justice so that people living in Leicester and across the planet can have a livable future. This is especially important during the coronavirus pandemic, as a government report in July found that air pollution is likely to be increasing the number and severity of COVID-19 infections. Children are particularly at risk, of course, with those who grow up in highly polluted areas 4 times more likely to have reduced lung infection than adulthood. In 2018, Leicester was named as one of the 40 most polluted places in the UK by the World Health Organization. Yet, whilst we still have further to go, Leicester City Council, of course, is taking considerable steps to improve the quality of our air. The latest pre-coronavirus annual figures show that Leicester is meeting all current air quality objectives, except for nitrogen dioxide. The average levels of nitrogen dioxide have reduced by over 35% since 2010, when the highest levels, which were more than double the WHO air pollution limits, were recorded. Air quality in Leicester has improved during our extended coronavirus lockdown in what has been probably one of the few silver linings throughout an incredible, difficult position for our city. We've been in lockdown since July, or extended measures since that time. The city with the largest amount of extended measures to date yet. The drastic fall in car traffic has seen levels of harmful nitrogen dioxide decrease by more than half. And in that sense, I can't wait for us to end diesel vehicles that have been known to pollute our cities and our environment to excessive degrees. Yet lockdown, of course, is a unique set of circumstances. It is crucial that we keep pollution levels down when people start to return to normal life. The government, I believe, must ensure that the decreased levels of air pollution that we've seen during the pandemic become more the norm and go even further. Many of my constituents have obviously contacted me regarding the need for a stronger environmental bill for clean air in Leicester. And one of the ways that the government, I believe, can do this and ensure this is by enshrining the WHO's guideline, the World Health Organization's guideline for damaging particles, known as PM2.5, into law via the environmental bill. Currently, the bill falls short and merely commits to setting a new PM2.5 target by 2022. This isn't sufficient. And they do this without specifying what that target will be. Our current legal limit for PM2.5 is twice as high as what the WHO World Health Organization recommends. I urge, therefore, this government, working with all of us collectively, to adopt a clear legal commitment to reduce these particles, which contributed to more than 4 million deaths in 2016. The coronavirus crisis has further demonstrated the need for our communities to have access not only to clean air, but access to green spaces and interconnectivity. That's why I believe the government must introduce full fibre broadband, free at the point of use, a mass house installation programme and a green integrated public transport system. I also believe it is vital that those responsible for climate chaos, the fossil fuel companies and big polluters, are held responsible for their actions. I think it's a disgrace that children whose lungs are still growing are disadvantaged by the significant levels of pollution that is in our cities. We must bail out workers and the planet, not industries that are responsible for air pollution. Large corporations, I believe, Mr. Chairman, must not be allowed to profit from climate breakdown and instead must pay their fair share as we collectively move our economy towards renewables so that future generations can inherit a habitable planet. But before we get there, it is our responsibility to ensure that the lungs of our children have a future, so that we're not just saving lives and we're not just saving livelihoods, but we're also saving futures, the lives of children and our young people. It's so important. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.